They've waited for this in San Antonio for 7 years, a return to the playoffs. And for the last few, they've waited for this. The NBA world has waited for the playoff debut of one of the association's once-in-a-generation talents. Tonight, French phenom Victor Wembanyama makes his NBA playoff debut in Game 1 of the Western Conference first-round series. The number 2 seed Spurs taking on the number 7 seed, the Portland Trail Blazers. Good evening, everybody. I'm Seth East. Thank you so much for being with us. We even saved you the best seat in the house. What a matchup we have in prospect for you here tonight. This should be interesting. Mitch Johnson Spurs are back in the big time. Victor Wembanyama could be the league's MVP. The alien, the unicorn, the whatever you want to call him, the once-in-a-generation super freak, if you will, for the San Antonio Spurs now gets his first taste of playoff basketball. We say hi to our good friend Christian Malley. Now, we are just about set to get this one on the road. The Portland Trail Blazers are a tough out, though. After a few years in the wilderness, they're back in the postseason mix this year. And they have a burgeoning star in their own in Deni Avdija, who could be quite a big star in his own right. San Antonio with that old school, that little fiesta flair, if you will. And what you see on the screen there, the picture taken, that's how they're doing. It's a orangish, pinkish, and tealish split of the arena tonight. The Spurs with those old school colors they wore back in the 80s and in the 90s. That's what they'll be wearing tonight. Portland wearing their white uniforms. And perhaps Portland will be buoyed, or maybe you don't even know, but maybe someone will tell them, hey, anything is possible after what just happened in Motown. Blazers, Spurs. This should be an interesting one. And we've got it for you. Game number 1. The final of the playoff series to get underway. Wembanyama and Donovan Clingan will jump center. And away we go. Tip control by the Spurs. Julian Champagnie has it. And it's the Spurs with De'Aaron Fox at the point. Going right to left are the Spurs. Fox now being hemmed in. Now Fox wants to go. Kicks it out to Stephen Castle, the corner. Josh Cheevan, Courtney Kirkland, J.B. DeRosa are officials tonight. Here's a first touch for Wembanyama. Wembanyama on a Euro step. Off the mark. No good. Rebound by Avdija, and Portland has it going the other way. Avdija now crosses the midcourt stripe. Castle guards him. Avdija now to Clingan. Clingan, top of the key. 12 to shoot. Now back to Avdija. Avdija on a drive. This is his strength. Misses the layup on the runner. And then out of bounds it goes. And it's going to be San Antonio ball, believe it. Avdija a little slow to get up. He took a bit of a tumble there. That'll be difficult. Portland, of course, having already played one postseason game, winning the 7-8 play-in game in the game of the play-in tournament over Phoenix on Tuesday night. Inbound goes to Castle. Spurs won just 34 games last year, 62 this season. Castle off the window, good, and the Spurs are on the board. The right block jumper is knocked down by Castle, and 56 seconds in, it's 2-0 San Antonio. Clingan now with the basketball. See, Avdija. Avdija's going to pull for 3, and he hits it. It is Avdija. He's feeling all right, I'd say. He knocks down a triple, 3-2 Trailblazers. Now, Fox to Wembanyama. Wembanyama off the window. No, got his own miss and a foul. go to the line will the man from France, Victor Wembanyama. San Antonio and Portland, of course, were in each other's NBA Cup group, so when we run down the season series, that's why you'll perhaps see more matchups than you would think with those two this year. Wembanyama at the foul line takes a deep breath. First free throw up, good. First meeting between the two teams was November 26th, 115-102 San Antonio win in Portland. De'Aaron Fox had 37 in that game. That was the first meeting of the season. Portland won the second meeting here, January 3rd, 115-110. Wembanyama makes the second 4-3. San Antonio early. Portland up the floor and Clingan on a rack attack. Donovan Clingan with the slam. And these teams played their final regular game just 11 days ago, 112-101. The Spurs winning that one thanks to a 25-point effort from De'Aaron Fox. Castle top of the key. 5-4 Portland early. Castle fires and hits. Castle with the triple. And the Spurs now lead 7-5. Long pass. Wembanyama tapped it out of bounds. It's going to stay with Portland, though. So here is Portland inbound. They went for the lob, and it didn't work. Spurs have it going the other way now with Devin Vassell. Vassell now back to Fox, left wing. Now Vassell. Vassell from the left side. He'll take a three. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, Castle. Wembanyama calling for top of the key. Castle didn't see it. Takes the jumper himself and misses. Rebound, Portland. Here's the veteran Drew Holiday with the basketball. Clinging straight away three. That one too strong. Holiday taps it back out to Avdia. His three. That one wouldn't go as well. Loose ball. Chased. Back to Holiday. A third bite of the cherry for Portland. Avdia on a drive lays it in. And it's 7-7. Now it's Fox. Accelerates and scores. Great work by De'Aaron Fox showing acceleration. And it's a 9-7 Spurs lead. Now Scoot Henderson with it. Kicks it back out. In the corner, three ball. That's an air ball. Rebound by Champagny. Now it's Wembanyama. Wembanyama now giving it up to Fox. Fox from the right wing. He pulls. That's an air ball. Wow. A couple of bad misses. Back to back. Avdia with 5 of Portland's first 7 points. It's Holiday, though, who has it up the floor. Now Avdia, jumper from the right block. Good. Nothing but net. Swish for Avdia. And we are knotted up at 9. Here is Castle. Castle now over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama now over to Vassell. Vassell on the right wing. Vassell kicks it back to Castle. Castle with 4. Castle just throwing it up as he hit the deck, and it's no good. Portland got the rebound. It's Avdia throwing a long pass. Love 3 on the way. That's good. Scoot Henderson. I always love it. Scoot Henderson with a triple. And Portland leads it 12-9 nearing the 8-minute mark of the first quarter. Here's Wembanyama. And he had it stripped. No, foul. Much to the chagrin of Toumani Camara. So here we go. 8 to shoot. Wembanyama for the Spurs, down by 3. Here's Wembanyama. He's got his first playoff basket. Victor Wembanyama with his first playoff points, and it's 12-11. Trailblazers with the basketball. This is Clingan. Clingan on the right wing. Down, he'll feed it to Avdia. 8 to shoot. Avdia on the move. Little wraparound pass. Clingan tries a 3. That one's off the heel, no good. Rebounded, gathered in by Fox. Champagny now for the Spurs. Right wing, hand off Vassell. Vassell, 18-footer. That's a bit too strong. And rebound gathered in by Klingon. Now it's Henderson for Portland. Henderson will try another three. That one's no good. A lot of early take threes miss. Here's Wembanyama running the show. Good dish. Vassell, right corner three. Book it. Wemby with the assist as Vassell knocks it down to the corner, and the Spurs now lead by a deuce. 14-12, San Antonio leading. Here is Holiday. Straightaway three. Too strong. Castle went for the rebound, had a collision with Henderson. Out of bounds it goes, and it will belong to the Spurs. First break in the action. 6:37 to play first quarter. Spurs lead at 14-12. It's the NBA playoffs on Ultimate Sports Media. Fourteen 12 San Antonio, 6:37 to play in the first half. A lot of big names like LeBron, David Robinson, and Tim Duncan have had amazing playoff debuts. And Robinson and Duncan, oh man, sitting next to each other. Well, if you're a Spurs fan of a certain era, that just tugs at your heartstrings in a good way. Seeing those two in the building tonight. The Admiral, two-time champion, 2009, class of 2009 Hall of Famer. Naismith class of 2020 was Duncan, 5 championships. Part of some special teams in San Antonio. Dylan Harper into the game. Is this going to be another golden age for the Spurs? Harper, Vassell with a three, no good. Went for the long rebound and threw it away to Jeremy Grant. Portland with it now, going left to right, down by a deuce. Now here is Grant, now back to Avdia. Avdia on a give. Good passing now to Camara. Right wing three, right corner three from Robert Williams the third is no good. Spurs have the rebound, trying to push. And it is Castle up the floor, no good, but he is fouled. 5:55 to play first quarter again. Tomorrow night, NBA playoffs continue. From the Rockies, Game 2 of the Minnesota-Denver series. We'll have that one for you tonight, as well as Game 2 of Ottawa-Carolina from the NHL. And Premier League Soccer tomorrow, Crystal Palace against West Ham. Castle makes the first free throw. The former UConn Husky, a national champion in 2024 with them out of Covington, Georgia. 73% free throw shooter on the season. And he makes that free throw to give the Spurs a 16-12 lead. Just past the halfway point in the opening stanza. Now here is Avdia. Avdia trying to work. Avdia high off the glass, no good. Ball tapped around. It's into the hands of Wembanyama, who pulls out his bag of tricks. Nice side dribble. Now Wembanyama. Oh, spin move. Wembanyama! Oh! Welcome to the playoffs, Wemby, baby! Victor Wembanyama. The full arsenal right there. And it's 18-12. Castle now with it. Kamara inside. Kick out. Corner three. Good. Big time three for the Trailblazers. 18-15. Castle now with it. Gets it back to Wembanyama. Wembanyama. He'll try a three. Book it. He's doing it all. He can do it all. Victor Wembanyama with a three. 9 points for Wemby. It's 21-15, and a foul as Avdia is heading up the floor. Drew Holiday with it for Portland. Now he's over to Jeremy Grant. Grant on the right wing for the Blazers. Grant has it. 11 to shoot. And getting into the passing lane and trying to get the steal was Harper. It does go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trailblazers, but they're only going to have 9 seconds on the shot clock. Acting head coach Tiago Splitter. Grant now with it. 5 to shoot. Grant down to 3. Grant wrap around. Pass picked off. Here is Keldon Johnson. Now over to Harper and another foul. Yama will get a breather and go to the bench. 4:17 to play in the first quarter. Spurs to inbound. Here's Vassell. Vassell now gets it back over to Johnson. Now it's Fox. Fox now takes off. Fox, look for the pass. Looking for Luke Cornett. Spun. Slipped out of his hands as Fox had it slip out of his hands as he was spinning around, and get a whistle here at the 4:08 mark of the first quarter. 21-15 is the lead for San Antonio. Here is Fox. 5 to shoot for Fox. Fox putting it up. No good. Dalt act around. Now it goes back to Harper. Harper straight away 3 in and out. Rebound. Portland. Trailblazers now go up the floor with it. Here come the Blazers now with Shaedon Sharpe. Sharpe kicking it back out to Grant. Grant top of the key being guarded by Fox. 10 to shoot. Grant now driving. Step back at the free throw line. No good. Rimmed out. And the Spurs get the rebound. Spurs now trying to run it the other way with Harper. Here's Dylan Harper kicking it back out to Fox. Extra pass. The sell. Fadeaway jumper is no good. And rebound gathered in by the Trailblazers. Portland shooting at 37%. San Antonio 41% to start this game. Here's Avdia. Avdia on the move. Avdia in the paint. Avdia fade away. That's way short. Rebound Spurs and Keldon Johnson. Johnson now over to Fox left wing. 16 to shoot. Fox now moves back over to the right side. Now Harper has it. Harper. Harper in the paint. Harper kicks it back out over to Fox. Fox for 3 to beat the shot clock, and he knocks it down. De'Aaron Fox with a 3. And the San Antonio lead is at 9, a 15-3 run. Holiday, no. Tapped around, rebound to the Spurs. Now here is Vassell. Now over to Johnson. Johnson now over to Vassell. Harper, 13 to shoot. Harper. Harper's shot is no good. Rebounded by Klingon as we get the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Here is Grant. Holiday now left wing. Now kicks it back out. Thought about the 3. Now gives it back to Sharpe. 9 to shoot. Sharpe from the left side. Jumper good. Long 2 buried by Sharpe. It's 24-17 Spurs. 103 seconds to play in the first quarter. This is Johnson. His high arcing left wing 3 barely grazed the rim. And then it goes out of bounds. Minute 33 to play first quarter. 7-point lead for San Antonio as De'Aaron Fox hitting a 3 and then Shaedon Sharpe with a tough jumper at the other end. A good tempo means a second break this late in the first quarter, so we're going to take it with them. 24-17 Spurs on top. This is the NBA Playoff Watchalong on Ultimate Sports Media. 93 seconds to play, first quarter, 24-17. San Antonio on top of Dallas. The superstar, Wembanyama with 9 points and Avdia with 7. As we near the end of this first quarter, Portland with the ball down by 7. Sharp dribbles it across midcourt. Now Avdia back to Sharp. Sharp left block. Sharp jumper, no good. Rebound skied out of the air by Johnson. Johnson now over to Wembanyama. 17 to shoot. Wembanyama turns. Wembanyama hook shot. Oh, missed it. It went in and out. A little bit too much sauce there. Avdia clinging. Now back to Avdia. Minute to go in the first. Avdia kicking it back out to Holiday. Holiday on a drive. Nice wraparound. And we get a whistle. We get a foul here, I believe. 54 seconds to play in the first quarter. Here's Avdia. That's a really good take to the basket. Good spin move, Avdia. Portland goes back to within 5. 9 for Avdia. Here is Wembanyama now with the basketball. Wembanyama has it, 10 seconds to go. Wembanyama, he'll just pull for 3. Why not when he can do that? It must be the greatest luxury in sports history to have someone that tall who can do that many things. He has 12. Sharp. Nearly stolen away, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Portland. So here is Holiday to inbound. Sharp, little Euro step. Sharp. It's no good, and a foul here with 16.4 on San Antonio. So 16.4 seconds to play. Henderson comes back in for Portland. Here is Holiday to inbound. And Avdia has the basketball. 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Avdia on the right wing. Avdia trying to go. Avdia for 3. Good! Avdia hits it. 4 seconds. Fox racing up the floor. Kicks it back out. Harper 3 to beat the first quarter buzzer. And it's good. It's Keldon Johnson. Check that. And that'll get the crowd on their feet at San Antonio. And he did get it off in time. Well, that's not the first time we've seen a buzzer beater for Keldon Johnson. He hit one at the end of regulation at the Garden one time when he was playing for the University of Kentucky to send the game to overtime. And he now hits one at the end of the first quarter in the NBA playoffs. His Kentucky team lost that particular game. We'll see if his Spurs win this one. 30-22, San Antonio, 12 of the Bucks. We'll be right back. 30-22 San Antonio as we get set to start the second quarter in game one of this best of 7 series between the 2 and the 7 seeds in the Western Conference. Set these with you here. Glad to have you with us here on this Sunday night. As Sharp drives to the basket and lays it in. Shaden Sharp with 2 baskets. They actually went back and ruled a Portland basket, I guess, to point off the board. So it was 30-21 at the end of the quarter. Now it's 30-23 after that lay-in. You see the error fixed as Harper lobs it for Wemby. Wembanyama slam. Back at the other end. 3 from Kamara. And a silencer, 32-26. Oh, this has some spice in it now, it's safe to say. Here is Castle. Now it's Wembanyama, 11 to shoot. Spurs hit 6 threes. Oh, what a pass. No look to Castle. Got bumped, no call. Lost the basketball. Portland now in transition. Here's Holiday in the paint. Holiday's jump shot off the front of the rim. And it is no good. Spurs now going the other way. And here is Johnson. Kicks it back out. Castle's 3. No good. Rebound, Harrison Barnes, the veteran. Barnes knifing in. And he is fouled. Either it's a foul or a goaltend. I believe it's going to be a foul on Grant. So free throws for Barnes, and first one is good. 14th year pro out of the University of North Carolina from Ames, Iowa. Was on the Warriors championship team in 2015. He was an all-rookie first-team selection that year at Golden State back in 2013. And in 2010, he was named Mr. Basketball in the state of Iowa. Makes the second free throw as well, and it's 34-26. Portland with the ball down by 8. Now here is Henderson. 13 to shoot. Henderson trying to move. Henderson now trying to spin. Kicks it back out to Grant. Grant now over to Sharp. Sharp for 3 with 5 with the timer. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound San Antonio. Harper gives it to Wembanyama. Wembanyama now hitting the accelerator. Here is Wembanyama. Right side, trying to move. Wembanyama lost the basketball. Gives it to Grant. Here's Grant. Underhand toss to Sharp. A little bit too awkward. Sharp fumbled it briefly. Then it's deflected out of bounds. It's going to stay with Portland. Of course, we mentioned the turnaround for San Antonio last year. From last year to this year, about how big of a turnaround that was. Pretty darn good one for the Trailblazers as well. As Henderson knocks down at 2 to make it 34-28. 9:48 to play in the second. Castle lob. Wembanyama, another flush. Trailblazers with the basketball now. Here is Sharp. Left wing 3 for Portland, and Grant hits it. Blazers hanging around here. 36-31. To finish about Portland, 36 wins last year, 42 this year. Harper another drive, and he gets it to go. 7-point game. Grant now with it for Portland. His 3 is off the mark, no good. But you're going to get a foul on the way down. That looked like a pretty obvious call there. A push on Carter Bryant. The rookie out of Arizona gets called for the foul. Bryant, fluent in sign language. His mother is a sign language interpreter. His grandfather became a member of the USA Deaf Basketball Hall of Fame. Both his grandparents went to Gallaudet University, the first school for the advanced education of the deaf and hard of hearing in the world. Portland with the basketball. Here is Henderson. Gives it back to Williams. Now Henderson right wing, 1 to shoot. And Portland unaware of the shot clock. And it's going to be the shot went. The shot was missed, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway because it's a shot clock violation. 8:51 to play, first half. 38-31, Spurs lead. Barnes with the basketball now for San Antonio, gives it up to Fox. Fox now to Champagnie. Champagnie looked for Wembanyama, but the pass was picked off. Grant did a good job of getting in the pass lane. Sharp now kicking it back out. Now it's Sharp again. Now it goes back to Camara. Camara into the lane, and Camara missed the shot. Whistle and a foul on the way down. I think it's going to go on Portland, I believe. The 8:24 mark of the second quarter. 38-31, the Spurs have the lead. Here is Bryant. Bryant now top of the key, 10 to shoot. Bryant gives it to Wembanyama. Wembanyama to Fox. Fox to the left wing. Ready, aim, miss. He fired, but he missed. Williams got the rebound. Henderson up the floor for the Trailblazers. Henderson just blowing by. Sharp now passes it off to Camara. Camara now back over. Here is a left wing 3, Grant. That's in and out. And then another foul on San Antonio underneath in the block. I believe they're going to get Fox for this one. Victor Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson, of course, 2 of the first 3 picks in the 2023 draft. Wembanyama went number 1, and then Henderson went number 3. Wembanyama back to the bench, and of course, there might still be just a slight bit of minutes restriction made, perhaps, because, of course, he did suffer that injury towards the end of the regular season. Maybe he is not 100%. Avdia kicks it back out to Klingon. His 3. Rims out. Champagnie had the rebound briefly, but it slipped out of his hands and went out of bounds. Portland will keep it with 14 on the shot clock. Down by 7. Grant with the inbounds pass. Avdia. Klingon now back to Camara. 8 to shoot. Trying to drive, bounce pass, that's Sharp. Sharp for 3, a little bit too strong. And rebound gathered in by Fox. Up ahead to Champagnie. Champagnie now back out to Vassell. His 3, good. Down the hatch from Devin Vassell. And a timeout, Portland. 7:21 to play in the first half, and the Spurs now lead it by 10. 41-31. This is an NBA playoff watch-along on Ultimate Sports Media. 7:21 to play first half, 41-31 San Antonio. This summer, the FIFA World Cup comes to North America, and we have the action for you. We'll have it for you on Ultimate Sports Media, and of course, we're doing a lot of soccer as we get set for the Watchalongs as we get set for the World Cup as we get ever closer. A lot of matches at the Copa del Rey final yesterday. We mentioned Palace and West Ham tomorrow. We're also going to have League Two action on Thursday, I believe, with Bromley and Salford. So a lot of action coming up. Back to basketball. Up the floor is Matisse Thybulle for Portland. Blazers down by 10. They need something, and Avdia is fouled. Maybe will help it just a little bit. 7:18 to go in the first half. 10-point lead for San Antonio. Game 1 of these NBA playoffs. And I think the NBC crew's having a little bit of fun with the fact that the sideline reporter, Zora Stevenson, is wearing a pink shirt tonight, which just so happens to and her section of where she's her reporting position just so happens to be blended in with the pink of the court split for tonight. I'm sure that was just a coincidence. Avdia misses the first free throw. Second free throw, also good. 7:04 in the second. And it is a 9-point game. This is De'Aaron Fox for San Antonio. Fox on the right wing. Fox hitting the accelerator. Now Fox stops, pops, hits. On the jump stop, a jump shot good by De'Aaron Fox. It's San Antonio now up by 11. Avdia at the other end, and he gets it to go. Now here's De'Aaron Fox. Fox, a lob. Oh, it's not to Wembanyama, but it's still effective to Luke Cornett. How about that? 45-34 Spurs. Avdia right wing, flings a pass. Kamara now over to Klingon. Klingon back to Avdia. Avdia on a drive, missed. Rebound Spurs. Champagny. Now to Vassell. Vassell to Fox. Fox, long shot, good. Is that a 2 or a 3? He looked close. They're going to say it's a 3 for Fox. And San Antonio has built this lead up to 14. Grant. Pass picked off on a wraparound by Harper. Spurs with potential numbers. Harper lost it. Got it back. Misses the shot. Back to Champagny, though. 11 to shoot. Champagny to Cornett. Cornett now back over to Champagny. A wild off-balance 3 is no good, but he is fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 3. The St. John's product, Julian Champagny, the 24-year-old from Staten Island. Fourth-year pro out of St. John's, where he was a 2-time first-team All-Big East performer for the Red Storm. Played for the Sixers. He was undrafted. Oh, it's not a shooting foul. Okay, so I just gave you this guy's whole resume for almost nothing. Castle. Vassell. Castle, that was a deep 3 if he'd have taken it. Euro step to the basket. No. Cornett. Boy, that looked like it was going to be on its way down. Cornett just wanted to make sure, though. Stuffs it in, and the Spurs lead is now at 16. A 7-0 San Antonio run. Holiday gets it to go to stop the bleeding somewhat temporarily. Nearing the 5-minute mark of the first half. Harper up the floor. Harper off a screen. Harper trying to move, and offensive foul on Dylan Harper. Toumani Camara drew 106 offensive fouls in the NBA. That was 40 more than the next closest. 11 to shoot as Avdia goes. Avdia kick out. Left corner three for Portland, no good. Ball tapped around into the hands of Holiday. And Cornette block. Oh, and a putback slam by Williams. Back to a 12-point game. 4:24 to play, second quarter. Castle, 13 to shoot. Castle, step back three. Off the mark, Cornette with the tap. Cornette puts it in. Luke Cornette putting in the two. (52-38). Avdia spitting to the right. Avdia, no good. There is a foul, though. It's on San Antonio, and I believe that'll take us to a break. 3:54 to play in the first half. And the Spurs in command, 52 points to 38. Wemby flexing from the bench. Good first half for San Antonio. It was a shooting foul, so Avdia to the line. The former Washington Wizard from Beit Zera, Israel. 2020 9th overall pick by Washington. An all-star this year at Portland. Was a three-time Israeli League champion when he played at Maccabi Tel Aviv. He said he has learned, second free throw good. He says he learned to speak English by playing video games and watching Nickelodeon sitcoms. 12-point game. Avdia with 16. Cornette floater, no. Rebound, Portland. Avdia. Here's a lob. Oh! And Holiday with the lob, and Williams with the stick. And a timeout, San Antonio, I believe, as we get the 3:33 mark of the first half. 52-42. Spurs lead the Blazers in game one. We'll be right back. 3:33 to go with the second quarter. Coming up at halftime, we'll get you caught up on what else happened today in the NBA as well as NHL and other sports. Spurs up the floor. This is Stephen Castle with it. Castle, little 1-2, back to Castle, and a one-handed stufferino by Stephen Castle. He has 9, lead back to a dozen. Sharp, Thibault, back to Sharp. We get another whistle here at the 3:04 mark. 12-point lead for San Antonio. So Sharp at the line out of Dream City Christian High School in Arizona makes the first one. 22-year-old born in London, as in London, Ontario, Canada. Blazers made him the 7th overall pick back in 2022. 79% free throw shooter during the regular season. Makes both free throws, and we've got a 10-point game with 3 minutes to play in the first half. Up the floor, Castle. Wembanyama is back into the game, by the way, for San Antonio. Here is Fox. Back to Wembanyama. 8 to shoot. Wembanyama, he'll just take the mid-range jump shot. It goes in and out. Rebounded by Portland. Now here is Avdia. Avdia. Now we'll flip it back out to Thibault. Avdia, drive at the paint. Avdia scored and won. Denny Avdia with a chance to cut it to 7 at the free throw line. Free throw up and good as Avdia completes his three-point play. And just like that, San Antonio, their lead now down to 7. Avdia with 17 points on 6-11 shooting. The rest of the team, 11 of 30 shooting, 27 points. Wembanyama inside, a tough 2. Most people may it look tough, but we'll make that look easy. And Wembanyama adds 2 more to the total. He has 18. Holiday. Sharp, free throw line jumper that rims out no good. Rebound to Wembanyama, who runs the floor, now gives it up to Fox. Here is Fox with 17 to shoot. Fox spins, shot no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Back to Wembanyama. Left corner 3, fade away. Oh my goodness God! Wembanyama fade away from the left corner. And Victor Wembanyama's 3 makes it a 12-point game. Runner no for Portland, but Williams is there with a putback slam. Wembanyama now gives it to De'Aaron Fox. Now back to Wembanyama. Wembanyama 12 to shoot. Wembanyama nearly lost it. Castle saves it. 8 to shoot. Here's Castle. 6 of the timer. Castle drives. Offensive foul. And Holiday is now slow to get up. Still down holding his left knee. We're going to take a timeout here. It might be a challenge, actually. Either way, 68 seconds to play in the first half. 59-49, Spurs lead. Game 1, the last series of this the last of these best of 7 first round series to these series to get underway. Of course, some big surprise earlier today. Hmm. So an unsuccessful challenge and the offensive foul will stand, and Portland will have the ball down 10 with 68 seconds to play in the second quarter. There were some key statistics regarding this game. Portland last in the NBA in assist to turnover ratio. San Antonio is fifth. Blazers with the basketball. Henderson loses it, goes out of bounds. 57.5. Here's Kamara to inbound. Henderson wrap around over to Williams. Now Kamara jump shot is too strong, and Fox trying to spin away, and he got fouled as he was spinning away. Clock now reads 44.6. 10-point lead for San Antonio. Spurs up the floor now with De'Aaron Fox. Fox, bounce pass, Wembanyama, straight away three. No good. Rebound chased down by Johnson. Fox. Fox looking, tapped around, somehow went back to Wembanyama. Wembanyama with 5 to shoot. Wembanyama with 3, 2 to shoot. Wembanyama puts it up, in and out. And the rebound finally gathered in by Thibault. 10 seconds left. Blazers rush up the floor. It is Avdia. Avdia, 4 seconds. Avdia with 3. Avdia fires. No. And that'll take us to halftime. Victor Wembanyama, solid 18 points in his first half of playoff basketball. And the Spurs trying to make it for lost time as an organization. It's been a minute since this proud franchise has been in the playoffs, but in front of a packed crowd, they have the lead, the number 2 seed, leading the number 7 seed, 59-49. Spurs lead at the half. We'll give you a full wraparound of a lot of other things going on in basketball in the sports world when we come back. This is the NBA playoffs on Ultimate Sports Media. 59-49 San Antonio after 24 minutes as the NBA playoffs, the final of the 8 series to begin, getting underway. I said 18, I didn't make a mistake. 21 the total for Wembanyama. The Spurs lead it by 10. Let's get you caught up what's happening around the sports world. Let's start in the NBA. 3 other game ones in the association today. Boston trounced Philadelphia 123-91. Jason Tatum, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. The Celtics take game 1. The world champion Thunder eased past the Phoenix Suns 119-84. The final there, OKC with their 64 regular season wins. And now they're on the move. And despite 39 from Cade Cunningham, what a stunner here. The Magic beat the top seed in the East, Detroit, 112-101. So the Pistons, the number 1 seed, are in a 1-0 hole in that series. Tomorrow night, NBA action continues with 3 more games. At 7 o'clock, Game 2 of the Raptors and the Cavs, Game 2 of Atlanta, New York, and, of course, Game 2 of Minnesota, Denver, which we'll have for you right here on the channel from 10:30 Eastern. NHL Stanley Cup playoffs getting underway today. Utah and Vegas, the final game of the day. That one's underway, scoreless about 4 minutes in. Colorado, the top seed of the West, the President's Cup winners, took down Los Angeles 2-1. Montreal beats Tampa Bay 4-3 in overtime. And how about the Sabres? They come back and score 4 in the 3rd period to beat the Bruins 4-3 the final as Buffalo gets the win. Major League Baseball, 1 game in progress. Atlanta 4-2 up on Philadelphia. And now that game has gone final. No sooner had I reported that they still had a shot. Now it is over. The Bravos continue to run away from everybody in the NL East. Yankees sweep the Royals 7-0 with a shutout win. Washington avoided the sweep by beating San Francisco 3-0. It was Pittsburgh 6, Tampa Bay 3, Cleveland 8, Baltimore 4. Miami snagged a 5-3 win over Milwaukee. Cincinnati beats Minnesota in 10, 7-4. Also in extras, St. Louis over Houston 7-5. The Mets have now lost 11 in a row. They lose a walk-off in 10 to the Cubs 2-1. Dodgers lose in Colorado to the Rockies 9-6. White Sox beat the A's 7-4. San Diego got a good. Mason Miller closed a combined 2-hitter to extend his scoreless streak. San Diego edged Anaheim 2-1. Detroit beat Boston 6-2. Dylan Dingler with a 3-run home run. Dylan Dingler with a 3-run home run in that game. Seattle 5-2 over Texas. Toronto beat Arizona 10-4. NASCAR. Earlier today, you heard it here on the network. Tyler Reddick, a last lap pass, gets by Kyle Larson. Reddick wins his 5th race of the Young Cup Series season, becoming the first driver to win 5 of the first 9 Cup races since the late Dale Earnhardt did it back in 1987. Speaking of guys who are dominating, you'll never guess what happened in the IndyCar Series. Alex Palou won. He dominated to a victory in Long Beach today in that grand race. Soccer, Premier League. Manchester City now have the edge in the title race. Erling Haaland's winner, 25 minutes from the end, beats Arsenal 2-1. City play their game in hand midweek against struggling Burnley. They win that. They go top. Speaking of Burnley, they lose 4-1 at Nottingham Forest, a 15-minute hat trick from Morgan Gibbs-White. That puts more trouble on Tottenham. Heartbreak in the first derby match at Everton's new stadium. Virgil van Dijk, a stoppage-time header, 2-1 Liverpool, and a 7-goal thriller in the Midlands as Aston Villa boosted their Champions League hopes with a 4-3 win. In the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich have clinched yet another title with a 4-2 win over Stuttgart. 3 of the 4 goals coming in the first half for the Bavarians. Elsewhere in Germany, Freiburg 2-1 over Heidenheim, and Gladbach and Mainz ended 1-1. In the MLS, San Jose beat LAFC 4-1. Hugo Lloris had a big scoreless run end in that game. It was Atlas over Santos 1-0 in the Mexican League. In the Serie A, AC Milan boosted its Champions League push with a 1-0 win at Verona. It was Cremonese 0, Torino 0, Pisa 1, Genoa 2, and Juventus 2, Bologna 0. Canadian Jonathan David getting the goal. Speaking of North American internationals, U.S. men's national team forward Florian Balogun scored for the 8th straight game. Monaco drew 2 for Monaco. They could just draw 2-2 with Auxerre though. Paris FC beat Metz 3-1. Nantes over Brest 1-1. Rennes 3-0 over Strasbourg. But the big story was in France. The title race might be open again. PSG shocked at home by Lyon 2-1. Lynn could still win that title from them. There. Ipswich and Middlesbrough finished 2-2 of the championship. The Tractor Boys go back in the automatic places. In Portugal, Benfica beat Sporting Lisbon in the derby 2-1. Porto over Tondela 2-0. AZ Alkmaar won the Dutch Cup today. They beat NEC 5-1. A crazy Scottish Cup semi-final at Hampden. Extra time. It went extra time, and there were 8 goals. You don't see this score in extra time much. 6-2. Celtic won 6-2. That was the final in that game. Celtic scoring 4 goals in extra time. They'll play Dunfermline next month in the final. Besiktas lost 2-1 to Trabzonspor and Istanbul Başakşehir did 1-1. USL action of the USL Championship. Birmingham Legion and Indy 11 finished 2-2. In League 1, USL League 1, New York Cosmos 2, Forward Madison 2, Portland Hearts of Pine 1, FC Naples 1. In Belgium, Ghent drew with St. Trudeness, Cercle Bruges over Dender, Union St. Gilles beat Club Brugge 2-1 in a big match, and Zulte beat Rahl by 2-0. Schalke, a step forward towards a return to the Bundesliga, beat Proven Münster 4-1 in the German second Bundesliga. Peterborough 1, Burton 1 in League 1, Port Vale 0, Wigan 0. So 2 League 1 matches today, and so that kind of gets you caught up on what else is happening around the soccer world. Golf today, Matt Fitzpatrick beats Scotty Scheffler in a playoff to win at Harbour Town. So that was really, really good. That was a lot of fun today in the golf side. And so that gets you caught up on everything that happened. And here in NBA land, it's 59-49. San Antonio, we got the third quarter coming up next here on Ultimate Sports Media. Ready to begin the second half at the Frostbake Center in San Antonio, Texas. And the Spurs in their Fiesta colors up 21 points for Victor Wembanyama, most in the first half by a player making his playoff debut since the 1997-98 season. Kyrie Irving and Brandon Jennings each got close with 20 points. Blazers have it to start the half, and a drive to the basket is no good. Spurs now push with Castle. Kick out, Fox for three. That one rims out no good. Fox gets it back, and it was blocked. Klingon might have had a little bit to do with that. Williams for three, no good. Rebounded by Vassell, and the Spurs have it going the other way. 10-point game, Spurs with the lead. Vassell, long two, no good. Avdia got the rebound. 10-point game, Avdia. Here's a three from the left corner, and that is good. Boy, the Blazers needed that to start the second half. And they get the three for the veteran Holiday. So Drew Holiday knocks it down. We've got a 7-point game early in the third quarter. Now Vassell, the right wing. Here is Vassell wrapping it around. Castle, 7 to shoot. Castle drives, no good. Rebound, Avdia. Here come the Spurs. Here come the Blazers, I should say. Another corner three. Henderson this time. Back-to-back threes from different players in that same spot. And in the blink of an eye, we've got a 4-point game. 59-55 early in the third quarter. Wembanyama to Vassell in the paint. Back to Wembanyama. Free throw line jumper. Left short. Rebound Portland. Trailblazers now with the basketball, and we got ourselves a turnover, I believe, here. So the Spurs at 4. And boy, a slow start to the second half. Castle to Wembanyama, and now a steal. Blazers have a chance to run. Henderson all the way, and Portland is within 2, and a timeout for the Spurs. My goodness, what a start to the second half. And the Trailblazers have knocked it down to 2, 59-57. We'll be right back. Spurs out of the timeout. They are up by just 2. A great start of the second quarter, or second half, for the Blazers. Here is Fox, lobbing it up in an alley throwdown by Castle. Up he goes for the slam. And it's 61 to 57. Henderson, Avdia now back over to Henderson, who takes it across the midcourt stripe. Now Holiday, back to Henderson, right block. Henderson, 2 from the right block, swish. Pure jump shot by Scoot Henderson, back to a 2-point game. Spurs now go up the floor with Fox. Fox now to Castle, the left wing. Castle looking to give Vassell on a turn. Vassell, Fox down back to Vassell. Vassell, left wing 3 is no good. Rebound gathered in by Klingon. Blazers can tie or take the lead this trip down. Kamara. Now it goes to Klingon. Lob inside. And Klingon is fouled. So now back to live action after the timeout. 5 to shoot. Kamara and loses it. Now here is Vassell. Vassell, Castle, Champagny. This is some really good passing here. Champagny. Castle, right wing 3. No good. Rebound, Portland. Grabbed by Klingon. Klingon gives it back up. Henderson, Klingon. Now Avdia. Avdia in the paint. Avdia kicking it back out. Kamara, corner 3 for the lead. No good. Rebound skied by Champagny. Spurs have numbers. Vassell. Or a Fox. Fox off balance. No, but he drew contact. Fox will go to the line. So now here is Fox for the Spurs. So it's not a free throw. I thought it was a shooting foul. I guess it was not. Fox's jumper no good. Henderson on the attack. And through traffic, he turned it over. And now the Spurs go back really quickly. Castle. He'll give it to Vassell or Champagny. Champagny's 3 in and out. We're stuck on 61-59. Long baseball pass. Picked off Champagny. Now Vassell. Back to Castle. Bounce to Vassell. Vassell back to Champagny. Right wing 3. He sticks it. Julian Champagny. And the lead now at 5, nearing the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. 10th 3 of the night for San Antonio. Avdia. Now over to Kamara. Now it's Holiday. 9 to shoot. Baseline. And bounced out of bounds. It's going to stay with Portland. 6 minutes, 53 seconds to play, third quarter. Castle, Spurs after the 9th Portland turnover. Fox up the floor, and Fox. And he scores. Good move by De'Aaron Fox. The San Antonio lead is now at 7. Up the floor, Klingon rejected. Klingon got it back, blocked again. Net up the floor for San Antonio. Here comes Vassell. Vassell deflected, and we get a still in a foul. So now Portland. Well, this is a party atmosphere in San Antonio. They love their basketball and they're glad to be back in the playoffs. Castle turned it over though. Blazers with a chance to run. Holiday, Vassell, the last defender, altered the shot. Kamara missed the layup, but a foul call. Point lead for the Spurs. Mara, and he makes the free throw. First one good, another one coming. Man who plays college basketball at the University of Dayton, born in Brussels, Belgium. Played at Georgia, then Dayton. First team All 8-10 with the Flyers. All defensive second team in the NBA last year. Makes the free throw, and Portland hanging around. Wembanyama still on the bench in a 5-point game. Castle whips it to Vassell. Vassell, left wing three. He fires it home. Vassell flings one in, and the Spurs lead it by 8. Kamara, top of the key. Give it up. Right wing three. Grant, no. Rebound skied by Castle. Spurs have it now with Harper. Harper on the right block. Harper now kicking it back out to Castle. Castle now over to Vassell. Vassell back to Castle. Lost it briefly. Avdia somehow got it back. Avdia, Kamara, right wing three. Too strong. And now it goes to Castle. Castle crossing midcourt. Toss to Vassell. Vassell, another three. You betcha. Vassell, another three. And a timeout, Portland. Wemby loving it from the bench. 72-61 with 5:08 to go in the third. And in the blink of an eye, the Spurs lead is back to double digits. Back we are in San Antonio near the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Blazers down 11. They need buckets, and that'll help as Avdia hits the jumper. 72-63. Portland now down by 9. Harper for San Antonio. Cornette now gives it to Vassell. Vassell driving. Vassell off the window. Oh, that was nice. Devin Vassell taking over in this third quarter. And San Antonio's lead now back at 11. Sharp with the ball for Portland. Sharp. Now Williams. 12 to shoot. Now back to Avdia. 9 on the timer. Avdia. Into the paint. Kick out. Pass deflected. It will stay here with 5 on the timer, though, for the Trailblazers. Three seconds left. Sharp, a three. That one too strong. Rebounded by San Antonio. Here comes Castle. Castle now over to Johnson. Johnson driving in. No. Let me get a whistle. A traveling call against San Antonio. $11-point game here. Now, 8 to shoot. Avdia, look, his foot might have been on the line. It goes. Oh, they are going to call that a three for Avdia. 74-66. 24 for Avdia. Castle for San Antonio. Castle, a lob. Another stuff. It's Cornette this time. That alley-oop play is unstoppable. You know it's coming, and you can't do anything to stop it either. Avdia now back over to Sharp. Avdia. Oh, what a block by Cornette. Now it's Castle on a break. And Castle's fouled. Castle's first free throw is good. 11-point game. Point game, 3-1 in the third. And Castle knocks that one down. Under 3 minutes to go. 10 to Avdia. Here is Henderson for Portland. Henderson with 10. Henderson fade away. Good. Good shot there by Scoot Henderson. 2:42 in the third. It's a 78-68 game. 12 points for Henderson. Underneath. No good from Harper, or Johnson, but there's Cornette with another stuff. 12-point game, nearing 2 minutes to go. Holiday for three in the left corner. It's no good. Rebounded by Champagny. Castle now racing up the floor. Castle Euro step in. Castle's foul. 2:08 to play in the third quarter. So Castle at the foul line. First free throw is up, and it is good. Lead now at 13. .point game with 2:08 to go. Can Castle make it 14? Yes. Nearing the 2-minute mark in the third quarter. .point game. Lob. Oh, and a one-hand alley-oop on a lob there by Williams. Boy, everybody, this is turning into an alley-oop fest here tonight. 12-point game. Cornett. Castle. No good, but a foul. Castle's first free throw, good. Now Williams and Aftia having a chat. That's an interesting one. Castle's second free throw is good. 100 seconds to play in the third. And it's now 84-70 in favor of San Antonio. Here is Scoot Henderson. Henderson now will give it up. Henderson top of the key with 10 to shoot. Henderson, ball slipped out of his hands, and it goes out of play. Now the splitter wanted a foul. Minute 25 to play third, and Wembanyama is now re-entered the game. Now here is De'Aaron Fox on the right wing for the Spurs. Fox in the accelerator, missed the layup. Wembanyama couldn't get it to go either. Rebound by Henderson. Blazers on the run. Henderson now to Kamara. Grant, straightaway three. No good. Rebounded by Harper as we're now in the final minute of the third. Harper to Champagnie. Champagnie, Fox. Back to Champagnie, right wing three. Splash! Champagnie knocks it down. .8 now the official time they've given in the arena. A 17-point game. Nine to shoot. Largest lead of the night for the Spurs. Hierarchy three from Holiday, not even close. Rebound Johnson. Or Fox. You have a 7-second difference between game and shot clock. 9 to shoot. Down to 6. Inside. Wembanyama. Taken away. Spurs fans wanted a foul. None given. Here's a Euro step. Oh, an acceleration jam to the basket by Grant. 2 seconds. 1 second. Here is Harper. It's off the mark, no good, and that'll take us to the fourth. Well, the Blazers started the third wonderfully, but San Antonio hit it into high gear, and it's pretty scary. They did most of that third quarter damage without their best player. Wemby did not play but just a minute in that third period. Money quarter from San Antonio. Spurs lead at 87-72. We're back in just a moment. All the stars, legends in the house tonight. Brent Barry, George Gervin, Greg Popovich, and of course David Robinson and Tim Duncan, who we mentioned earlier. We start the fourth. Spurs with the ball going left to right in black, leading 87-72. Lob, Wembanyama, and he could not put it in, but he will go to the free throw line. And now Tiago Splitter having an argument with the officials, as to is Drew Holiday. There's going to be a technical here, maybe. So anyway, just normal free throws here for Victor Wembanyama in his playoff debut. First one good. Second free throw, also good. And 16 seconds into the fourth quarter, it's now 89-72 San Antonio. Here is Avdia. Now here's Kamara, good fake. Avdia, right wing three. Rims out, no good. Rebound gathered in by Fox, and then Fox drew fouls. He was trying to pass it. Foul on Scoot Henderson. That is his fourth foul. And here's Castle, and Castle dry. Here is Harper. That's two more for Harper. It's San Antonio now exerting its will here. The lead is now at 19. Grant on the accelerator. Blocked. Wembanyama got the block. Spurs now on a break. Champagny now to Harper. Harper right baseline. Harper knifes in. Two more. Timeout, Portland. San Antonio trying to run away with it now. They lead it by 21, 93-72. We'll be back in a moment. 10:47 to play, and the Spurs in command, 93-72. As we go to the fourth quarter, game one of this best-of-7 series. Holiday. Now it's Kamara, left corner three. That one's good. And Kamara fires one down the drain. Cuts it to 93-75. Still 10 and change to play in this one. On the right wing, it is Fox. He will give it to Barnes. Barnes now over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama trying to turn. Wembanyama, got it in one. And a chance at a three-point play for Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama for the and one free throw. He missed it. Lead now at 20 for San Antonio. Avdia with it for Portland. Avdia kicks it back out to Holiday, left corner. Avdia drives and scores. Good finish there to make it 95-77. 9:45 remaining in the game. Wembanyama on the pass from Fox. Wembanyama for three. Oh, serious range from Wembanyama. Hit it from Amarillo. 98-77. Clingan. Oh, hammer time for Donovan Clingan. Two-handed slam there. Makes it a 19-point game with 9:13 to play. Wembanyama, 9 to shoot. Wembanyama on a turn. Wembanyama off the glass. Gets the roll. The Spurs have now hit the century mark tonight. 100-79. Avdia kicks it back out to Clingan. Now it's Holiday. Wembanyama now with 30 points in the game. Sharp near the free throw line. Mid-range jump shot. Good. And it's 100-81 now. 8:42 to play. Harper now to Wembanyama. 12 to shoot. Wembanyama. Oh, faked it. Barnes back to Wembanyama. Good shot fake. Wembanyama spins, takes a tumble, and Portland has it going the other way. Up ahead is Sharp, and then Sharp gets fouled. I don't know if it's a frustration because he didn't get a foul or if he's actually wimping a little bit, or maybe he's winded, but Wembanyama just slightest wince as he goes up the floor. $8:20 to go. 100-81 is Wembanyama. Goes back to the bench here. You wonder if it stays like this, will this be the last time we see Wembanyama in this game? That's a pretty floater by Holiday. He wanted a foul and did not get it. 8:05 left, 100-83 San Antonio. I know you can see the score, but like we say during racing season, you can't get the radio out of us. Holiday, 9 points and 10 assists. Good night for him. Here is Cornette. Cornette now over to Castle. Here's Castle, straightaway three, and it's off the mark. Rebound now goes to Holiday. Holiday with the basketball. Does Portland have another flourish in him to make this interesting at least? Holiday, three. No good. Rebounded by Castle. Castle now dribbles it up the basketball court. Now into the hands of Harper. Harper now wants to go to the right side. Harper, now Cornette, kicks it back out to Barnes. Barnes. Off the window, and he missed it. Rebounded by Portland. Sharp drives and missed it, and there was no foul either. And we're going to have a timeout, San Antonio, with right at 7 minutes to go. 100-83, Spurs 7 minutes away from a 1-0 series lead. Play resumes here in San Antonio. In San Antonio, we're not here as Castle misses the shot. And Portland gets the rebound. Here come the Blazers now. Avdia on the move. Blazers trying to work. Here is Henderson, and Henderson knocks down a jumper. Good work by Scoot Henderson, and it's now 100-85. Henderson now with 14 points. 11 to shoot. Castle bounce pass to Cornette, now to Barnes. Barnes, corner three, a bit too long. Cornette tapped it. Johnson got the rebound, and then he committed a foul. Over the back on Keldon Johnson. Henderson now up the floor. Scoot Henderson. Avdia no. Avdia got it back. Thibault for three. Good. Portland back to within 12. And a quick timeout, San Antonio. And the coach not happy with the referee, telling the players get back, said, I'll handle this. As Thibault's three, and it was a technical. Mitch Johnson has just got a technical. And perhaps momentum now with the Trailblazers. So here is Avdia, and he misses the technical free throw, and you can believe that's going to get a roar of approval from the San Antonio crowd. So now play resumes. Spurs have the basketball. Wembanyama with it. 6 to shoot. Wembanyama with the basketball. Right wing three from Wembanyama. Down the hatch. 388. 5:25 left, and then a foul on San Antonio. And again, the crowd unappreciative of the call. .33 points for Victor Wembanyama. That's a Spurs record by a player making his playoff debut. Duncan had 32 in 98. Avdia. Now it's Henderson. Henderson from that just inside the pink part of the paint, and Henderson scores. 103.90, nearing the 5-minute mark. Now is Henderson. Henderson with the basketball. Drive and a missed layup. Boy, that was huge. That could have gotten a little bit closer. Fox, Johnson. Good fake. Johnson on a drive. Bounce pass stolen by Thibault. Up ahead here is Avdia, and a one-handed power slam as Avdia throws it down to make it 103.92. .26 for Avdia. Good game from him tonight. Wembanyama, 12 to shoot. Vassell, right wing, three. No good. Castle tap the rebound. Out of bounds it goes, and it'll be Portland ball. 4:07 left. Now Portland with the basketball. This is Scoot Henderson. Henderson with 17 to shoot. Henderson driving inside, no. Out of bounds, and it's going to be San Antonio ball. So another missed opportunity for Portland to draw closer in this game. Spurs with the basketball now. Here is Fox. A lob, and one more for good measure from Wembanyama. Throw it down. Timeout, Portland. Back we are. 105.92, and one was shot, no. Layup, no good, and then who's going to be called upon? I think it's going to be called on. Oh, yeah, over the back there. Henderson and Wembanyama. On 5.92 with 3:25 to go. And I think Splitter is challenging this. Both coaches trying to draw up a plan again tomorrow. Crystal Palace, West Ham in the afternoon, 3 Eastern, and then tomorrow night, hockey playoffs, Game 2 between Ottawa and Carolina, and in the basketball playoffs, Game 2 between Minnesota and Denver. $325 left to play in the game. $325 remaining. Now they're doing the wave to kill time with this coach during this coach's challenge. Wow, so a no call. And let's just say this Spurs crowd not exactly happy about that decision. $325 to go, 105.92. Holiday with it for Portland. Gives it to Avdia. Avdia with 10 to shoot. Avdia, Thibault, step back, 3 from the left wing. No good. Rebound, Wembanyama. Gives it to Castle. Castle now over to, to Fox. Fox into the final 3 minutes. Fox, right wing. Fox into the lane. Fox throws it up, no good. Whistle and foul call. So De'Aaron Fox now at the free throw line, and he knocks down the first one. Second free throw is no good. Lead at 14 with 2:53 left to go. And then another foul on San Antonio. 2:48 to go, and De'Aaron Fox arguing his case, but to no avail, I'm afraid. Now here's Avdia, 11 to shoot. Avdia, 7 to shoot. Avdia, fade away, spins in. It spins in for Avdia. 2 timeouts left for Portland, 2 for San Antonio. Glad I finally got that sorted. Took you long enough to put that graphic up there, World Feed. Nearing the 2-minute mark. Fox to Wembanyama. Oh, he missed what would have been a spectacular one-handed jam. Fox gets it back and puts it in. That would have probably been the play of the night. At the other end, Henderson trying for the layup. No good, but a foul call. I mean, it's one of the more spectacular misses you'll ever see. But the fact that if he'd have made that just would have been, I don't know, just out of words. First free throw is good. Gooda, as they say. Makes them bow. 12-point game, 2:05 to go. Here is Castle. Castle, 11 to shoot. And we get a foul on Wembanyama, offensive foul. Avdia with 1:44 to go. Avdia kicked out. 3-ball. Holiday, no. Rebound, Wembanyama. Final 98 seconds of this one. Spurs up a dozen. Fox driving in and scoring 2 more for De'Aaron Fox. 110 to 96. Holiday to Henderson, a right wing 3, in and out. Rebound gathered in by Vassell. Now Fox, and now the crowd rising as one. The fiesta-clad Spurs fans. Left corner 3. Off the heel, no good. Rebound, Portland Thibault. Nearing the final minute of this one. Here's Avdia. Avdia, turnaround, good. So we're now inside a minute to go, and here's the inbounds pass. Here's Vassell, and he misses the layup and drew a foul. The Spurs will take a 1-0 series lead. Game 2. Game 2 will be Tuesday night in San Antonio at 8 o'clock. First free throw. Up. Good. For Devin Vassell. Game 3 will be Friday night in Portland. Game 4 will be a week from today at the Rose Garden. The if necessary games, Game 5 will be April 28th, Game 6 April 30th, and Game 7, if necessary, will be May the 2nd. Wembanyama, Fox, and Champagny now leaving the floor for the last time tonight and getting a standing ovation from the Spurs crowd. Vassell missed the free throw. Rebound by Houston. Portland now has some more players getting into the game, so their bench players City Sissoko, Chris Murray into the game. Here is Sissoko for 3. That's no good. Rebound gathered in by Vassell, and 13-second difference between game and shot clock, and he can hold it off. Sal now gives it to Kelly Olynyk, who's getting minutes. Getting some time in the last second. And shot clock is going to wind down. 12 point. Now it's 12.8. I reset at 12.5 the way JT would have wanted, and then they screw around with me on it. It's in the hands of Blake Wesley. He'll dribble out the final seconds. And the San Antonio Spurs back in the playoffs. And they have that winning feeling in the postseason again. Historic playoff debut for their French superstar. And the Spurs go up 1-0 in this best-of-7 series. Portland had their moments tonight, but San Antonio proved to be too much on this occasion. Final score from the Frostbank Center tonight, the Spurs 111 and the Portland Trailblazers 98. It's been a presentation of Ultimate Sports Media for everyone at YouTube. I am forever for Matthew Owens and everybody else involved. I'm Seth Eves. So long and good night, and we will talk to you next time.